In a world obsessed with division, a hidden truth waits to be rediscovered. What if everything you believed about masculine and feminine was just the surface of a much deeper reality? We live in a world out of balance. Burnout, disconnection, creative blocks, failed relationships. These aren't random problems. They're symptoms of a profound imbalance within each of us, an ancient principle forgotten in modern times. The ancients called it the law of gender, the seventh and most misunderstood of the 7 Hermetic principles. But forget everything you think you know. This isn't about biological sex or social roles. This is about the fundamental creative force of the universe itself. Inside you right now, 2 primal forces exist, regardless of your gender, regardless of how you identify. These forces shape everything: your work, your relationships, your creativity, even your health. When these forces are out of balance, we suffer. But when harmonized, they unlock potential most people never access in a lifetime. Look around your workplace. See the burnout, the toxic aggression, the indecision, the procrastination. These aren't personal failings. They're energy imbalances playing out in real time. In relationships, we're drawn to our energetic opposites. Yet without understanding this law, that attraction turns to conflict. What begins as chemistry ends in chaos. That creative block you're experiencing, it's not lack of talent or inspiration. It's an energy imbalance, either too much masculine force without feminine receptivity, or too much feminine flow without masculine direction. What if the key to unlocking your full potential isn't working harder or learning more techniques, but simply restoring the natural balance of these primal forces within you? This is a New Age philosophy. It's one of the oldest recognized patterns in human understanding. From ancient Eastern yin-yang to Western alchemy's sun and moon, these patterns appear across all cultures, all eras. But modern society has reduced these cosmic principles to mere stereotypes and biology, missing their profound significance and power. Even that unexplained fatigue or recurring illness, modern medicine treats symptoms, while ancient wisdom recognized energy imbalance as the root cause of many physical ailments. This forgotten knowledge holds the key to resolving countless modern struggles, from burnout to relationship conflicts, from health issues to creative blocks. The truth is both simpler and more profound than most realize. You are not meant to be either masculine or feminine. You are designed to be a dynamic balance of both. In the coming minutes, you'll discover how to identify your own energy imbalances and restore harmony using practical techniques that work in real-world situations. This isn't abstract philosophy. It's practical wisdom for transforming your daily experience. Are you ready to reclaim the power of balance? The journey begins not with seeking outside yourself, but by recognizing what already exists within. Let's begin. Let's first understand the masculine principle. This isn't about men. It's about an energy that exists in everyone. The masculine is the active force, the initiating spark, the directed will. Masculine energy brings movement, logic, direction, and creative force. It's the spark that transforms potential into reality. Without it, there is no action. Without action, there is no creation. But like every universal principle, masculine energy requires balance. When in harmony, it is like a flowing stream, moving mountains and fertilizing lands. When imbalanced, it becomes a destructive tsunami. Look around you. Excessive masculine energy manifests as dominance, rigidity, and isolation. My way or the highway thinking. Burnout from constant doing without being. The inability to receive or listen. Deficient masculine energy is equally problematic, manifesting as inaction, procrastination, lack of purpose, insecurity, passivity, and fragility. The spark exists, but it's too weak to ignite change. Now let's explore the feminine principle. Again, not about women, but an energy within everyone. The feminine is the receptive force, the nurturing space, the intuitive wisdom. Feminine energy is fluid, intuitive, and deeply connected to feelings. It's the mystery, the intuition that connects to the invisible. It manifests in moments of pause, inner listening, and compassion. When in balance, feminine energy is the fertile soil where ideas grow, the space that transforms raw emotion into wisdom. When imbalanced, it becomes overwhelming, boundaryless, and chaotic. Excessive feminine energy manifests as being dominated by emotions, lacking boundaries, extreme receptivity without discernment, and constantly blaming external circumstances rather than taking responsibility. Deficient feminine energy appears as disconnection from creativity and intuition, excessive rigidity, emotional distance, and lack of empathy. The vessel exists, but it's too closed to receive inspiration or connection. Nature demonstrates this balance perfectly. Consider a plant. Masculine energy drives the upward growth toward the sun, while feminine energy allows for expansion, flowering, and fruit-bearing. Neither can exist without the other. This duality exists even in our brain structure. The logical, analytical left hemisphere embodies masculine energy, while the intuitive, creative right hemisphere channels feminine energy. True genius emerges when they work in harmony. When these energies are balanced within us, we experience flow in our work, depth in our relationships, vitality in our health, and fulfillment in our purpose. This isn't mystical theory. It's practical reality. In your work life, imbalance manifests as either constant doing without reflection, masculine excess, or endless planning without execution, feminine excess. Balance brings both productivity and meaning. In relationships, masculine excess creates dominance and emotional distance, while feminine excess creates dependency and boundary confusion. Balance allows for both strength and vulnerability, direction and nurturing. In creativity, masculine energy provides focus and structure, while feminine energy delivers inspiration and flow. Have you ever experienced writer's block? That's masculine energy without feminine receptivity. Or a flood of ideas you can't organize? That's feminine without masculine direction. Even your physical health responds to this balance. Chronic stress, autoimmune conditions, hormonal imbalances. Modern medicine treats symptoms, while ancient wisdom recognized energy imbalance as the root cause of many ailments. This wisdom isn't new. It appears across all major traditions. The Taoist yin-yang, Hindu Shiva Shakti, Jungian animus anima, alchemical sun-moon, different symbols for the same universal truth. Modern science is now catching up to this ancient understanding. Neuroscience recognizes hemispheric balance. Psychology acknowledges the integration of opposing traits, and physics describes complementary forces in all natural systems. So how do you know if your energies are out of balance? Let's create a simple self-assessment. Take a moment to reflect honestly on your patterns and tendencies. Do you frequently experience burnout from overworking? Do you struggle to listen to others' input? Do you find it difficult to adapt when plans change? These are signs of excessive masculine energy. Or perhaps you struggle with procrastination. Find it hard to make decisions? Avoid necessary conflict and boundary setting. These point to deficient masculine energy. The spark that initiates action is too weak. Do you feel overwhelmed by others' emotions? Find yourself unable to say no? Get lost in possibilities without taking action? These suggest excessive feminine energy without masculine balance. Or do you struggle to connect emotionally? Find it difficult to receive help or compliments? Feel disconnected from your intuition and creativity? These indicate deficient feminine energy. The receptive vessel is too closed. Now that you've identified your patterns, let's explore practical ways to restore balance. This isn't about dramatic life changes. It's about simple daily practices that gradually shift your energy. If your masculine energy is excessive, focus on practices that cultivate receptivity. Meditation, time in nature without goals, creative play without outcome, deep listening in conversations, and scheduled rest that's truly restorative. If your masculine energy is deficient, strengthen it through structured exercise, setting and maintaining boundaries, making small, decisive choices daily, completing tasks before starting new ones, and physical practices that build disciplined strength. For excessive feminine energy, create more structure. Organize your physical space. Set clear boundaries in relationships. Schedule specific times for creativity. Practice direct communication and develop routines that provide healthy containment for your flowing energy. If your feminine energy is deficient, reconnect through sensory experiences. Enjoy music, dance, art without judgment. Spend time near water. Cultivate meaningful emotional connections. Journal about feelings, and practice receiving compliments and help without immediately reciprocating. In your work, practice balance by alternating focused productive periods with reflective breaks. Start projects with both structured planning and intuitive exploration. Validate both data-driven decisions and gut feelings about direction. In relationships, true balance means both partners can access both energies as needed. Leading and following, speaking and listening, protecting and nurturing. The healthiest relationships aren't fixed role divisions, but fluid exchanges of these complementary energies. For creators, balance brings masterful work. Begin with structure, masculine, dedicated time, clear intentions, technical skill. Then invite flow, feminine, intuitive exploration, emotional connection, unexpected inspiration. The greatest works emerge from this dance between discipline and surrender. Even spirituality requires balance. Masculine energy brings discipline, devotion, and structured practice. Feminine energy brings surrender, trust, and receptivity to wisdom beyond the self. The most profound spiritual experiences arise when these energies dance in harmony. For optimal health, honor both principles. Masculine energy supports structured exercise, disciplined nutrition, and decisive medical interventions when needed. Feminine energy guides intuitive eating, restorative rest, and listening to the body's subtle messages. True healing embraces both approaches. The ancient alchemists called this internal harmony the alchemical marriage, the union of sun and moon, king and queen within the self. This wasn't merely symbolic. They recognized it as the key to personal transformation and creative power. Carl Jung later described this same principle as psychological integration, embracing both masculine and feminine aspects of our psyche instead of projecting or rejecting them. This integration is the foundation of true psychological maturity. This balance is also the key to effective manifestation. Masculine energy provides clear intention, focused visualization, and directed action. Feminine energy allows receptivity, surrender to divine timing, and openness to unexpected forms of fulfillment. Our collective imbalance toward masculine energy has created systems of exploitation, disconnection from nature, and unsustainable growth. The rebalancing we're witnessing now isn't about replacing one extreme with another, but integrating feminine wisdom with masculine strength. As you begin integrating these principles into your daily life, you'll notice subtle yet profound shifts. Work becomes both productive and meaningful. Relationships grow both secure and passionate. Creativity becomes both structured and inspired. Start with a simple 30-day practice. Each day, identify which energy needs strengthening and perform one small balancing action. Remember that balance isn't static perfection. It's a dynamic dance that requires ongoing awareness and adjustment. The ancients understood that this internal marriage creates a powerful magnetic field. When masculine and feminine energies harmonize within you, you naturally attract your desires without the desperate striving that comes from imbalance. There are three paths before you. The path of masculine dominance offers achievement, but often at the cost of fulfillment. The path of feminine dominance offers connection, but often lacks direction. The middle path, the path of balance, offers both achievement and fulfillment, both connection and purpose. This journey to balance is perhaps the most important hero's journey you'll ever undertake. It begins with awareness of your current patterns, continues with daily practices that strengthen your weaker energy, and culminates in the mastery of dynamic balance, knowing exactly which energy is needed in each moment. This balance doesn't just improve your life circumstances. It evolves your consciousness. As you integrate these polarities within, you transcend the limitations of either-or thinking and embrace the power of both and wisdom. The evolution of consciousness itself. When you restore this balance within yourself, dormant capabilities awaken. Intuition sharpens, creativity flows, relationships deepen, purpose clarifies. This isn't mystical thinking. It's the natural result of wholeness, replacing fragmentation. Throughout history, the greatest masters didn't teach rigid dogma. They taught this fundamental balance. Buddha spoke of the middle way. Jesus united divine authority with profound compassion. True mastery in any tradition reflects this integration. Modern neuroscience now confirms what ancient wisdom taught. Our brains function optimally when the analytical left hemisphere, masculine, and the intuitive right hemisphere, feminine, work in concert. What was once considered esoteric is now being validated by science. The rise and fall of civilizations follows this same pattern. Periods of great achievement and wisdom emerge when societies balance masculine drive with feminine wisdom. Decline begins when one principle overwhelms the other. Our collective future depends on restoring this balance. Let's practice balance right now with 3 simple exercises. First, mindful breathing, masculine focus combined with feminine surrender. Second, structured creativity, writing or creating with both technique and intuitive flow. Third, balanced communication, speaking your truth clearly while deeply listening to others. In your workplace, imagine what would change if strategic planning, masculine, was perfectly balanced with creative innovation, feminine. If focused execution, masculine, danced with adaptable responsiveness, feminine. This balance doesn't just improve productivity, it transforms work into a fulfilling expression of purpose. The greatest leaders throughout history embodied this balance, strong vision and decisive action, paired with deep empathy and inclusive collaboration. They didn't choose between being respected or loved. They achieved both through integrated presence. In intimate relationships, balance creates both security and passion, both growth and stability. When both partners access both energies, relationships transform from power struggles or codependence into dynamic partnerships that support each person's highest evolution. Perhaps nowhere is this balance more crucial than in parenting. Children need both masculine structure, boundaries, guidance, challenge, and feminine nurturing, emotional connection, play, acceptance. This balance creates secure yet independent adults capable of both achievement and fulfillment. A most brilliant creative minds in history, from Leonardo da Vinci to Marie Curie, embodied this dynamic balance. They combined masculine technical mastery and focused determination with feminine intuitive leaps and receptivity to inspiration. Genius is balance in action. Spiritual traditions speak of awakening when these forces unite within us. Kundalini rising occurs when masculine Shiva energy merges with feminine Shakti energy. Christ consciousness emerges when divine authority marries divine love. The destination of every spiritual path is this internal marriage. This law operates at every level of existence, from the cosmic dance of expansion and contraction that creates galaxies, to the union of sperm and egg that creates life, to the merging of idea and expression that creates art. Creation itself is the offspring of masculine and feminine principles in union. The journey to balance these energies is ultimately a journey to wholeness, to reclaiming disowned parts of yourself. The masculine strength you may have rejected as too harsh. The feminine receptivity you may have dismissed as too soft. True power comes from embracing all that you are. As individuals awaken to this balance within themselves, our collective systems naturally transform. Imagine technology, masculine, that serves human connection, feminine. Economic systems, masculine, that nurture the planet, feminine. Leadership, masculine, that prioritizes compassion, feminine. Our evolution depends on this rebalancing. Remember that balance isn't a destination you reach once, but a continuous dance requiring awareness and adjustment. Some days you'll need more masculine energy, others more feminine. The mastery comes in recognizing what's needed in each moment and having access to your full range. A law of gender isn't just another principle to understand intellectually. It's a living wisdom to embody in every aspect of life. As you restore this fundamental balance within yourself, you'll unlock dormant potential and discover a wholeness that has been waiting for you all along. The journey begins now. With awareness, with practice, with the courage to embrace